wherever I go, after making my research, I look for a local contact, some person, some local character embodying the story. And taking photos of what they do usually explains the topic, the tradition, or the event I'm depicting better than many other images.
Çek abi çek de şuraya PS'e bir at. Kırık hava çıkmasın diye. Şapka doğru değil mi?
First time I came to Turkey with a motorcycle was in 2010, and I found it was the best way to travel through Anatolia. I crossed all over Greece through Thessaloniki and across the border at Ipsala, and then Çanakkale, and then I made to Izmir and then to Urla where I lived at the time. Then I moved to Ankara, and that was much easier. It's a long trip, but also it's an amazing one. It's a feeling of freedom when you turn a curve and you see that for kilometers, dozens of kilometers, there is nobody, only ships. This is something that it's still in Europe, and it's something you can only feel maybe in some part of Asia or actually in the deep Middle East. So it's a great feeling. I try to be always polite, always asking and deleting photos of people who then ask, say, please don't take photos of me or something. Sometimes it's not possible, or sometimes I try to take people from behind, so not to show their faces if they don't like to. We do a job that's very annoying. You are showing faces of people and showing their private emotions, even if they're in public. That's very tricky, and it's always hard to find a balance between the job that must be done, must be shown, and what is better not shown. Of course, when we come to tragic events, it gets much worse. So I tried very hard not to be involved. So it was my choice to go there in a place that I knew it was dangerous. I always tried to contact the police officers and to introduce me and say ask what I could do or not. And at the same time trying to get a connection with the protester and explain that I just want to show what is going on and so on. Even though I didn't like the idea of going around with the gas mask, but because I was there to cover the events, to take photos, and I couldn't take photos with burning eyes. Place. I'm not even supposed to be there. I was very close to a group of protesters, and I was walking towards the police lines. So it can happen every time you go out to cover this kind of event. You know that you have to be cautious, and something bad can happen. Still, you have to balance, to decide if it's worth the risk. It was very frustrating not be successful in conveying what was really happening here, because all the eyes of the mainstream media were focusing on Istanbul. So, for example, there were very harsh clashes here between police and protesters in Ankara. And the same day, my newspaper was covering the quiet and peace in Gezi Park, where protesters were doing yoga and the police were just drinking chai with them. I don't understand, especially young people get involved They feel the adrenaline and they start loving it. They start taking the impossible photos to get a little bit closer until it's too dangerous. I try not to think this way because, as I said, we are witness, we are supposed to stay witness, we should never become the news. You know, a lot of people, even in Ankara, lived through these past 5 years without witnessing firsthand a single event like the ones you mentioned. And of course, they mind their own business, they do their job, they go to work in the morning, they read the news, they see that something bad happening in Kazalai, and then maybe, oh, I passed there the day before the bomb or something like this. And as an Italian coming from Italy, from a messed up country, very chaotic but still kind of stable compared to nowadays Turkey, it's hard not to feel something, but at the same time, it's a completely different situation. You cannot judge it with your own meters. You have to think like people on the ground. You learn a lot about the inner country, about the actual people, the common people who lives abroad, who have been living abroad and then is back to their country, who live in the countryside, and that helps you a lot to understand the passion, the aspirations of the people, the way they see their own problems. That's very different from coming to the city for a week, looking around, interview some people, and then go back to Italy or to Britain to write. I don't think of me like I have a house, a home somewhere, and now I'm here temporary. I try to be here. When they ask me, when are you going back? Usually my answer is, I don't know. Maybe never, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. When I will feel that it's not time to be here anymore.